So, we have seen how for a certain targeted output we will work backwards, identify the cycle time, identify how many workstations are required and distribute the activities in all these workstations. Let us ask a different question. Suppose if the daily demand is likely to increase to 400, at the moment we are talking about 320, suppose it becomes 400, we want to know how will it affect the design of this workstation. So, we will go through the same process quickly and try to identify what would be the change that is expected of this fast food joint in terms of its process design. As we know, targeted cycle time is the available time over targeted production, in our case service delivery. So, this is 8 times 60 times 60 over, instead of 320 we will have to have 400. So, that leaves us with the number 72 seconds. So, the new targeted cycle time is going to be 72 seconds. Now, given that the cycle time has to be 72 seconds, the next question we would like to ask is, what is the minimum number of workstations required? So, the total task time has not changed, it continues to be 380 and the cycle time is 72. The ratio of these two tells us the number of workstations required, and this ratio turns out to be 5.27, which is as good as saying we need 6 workstations. So, what we notice now is that it is not possible to meet the demand with 5 workstations. Earlier, for a 320 daily requirement, we had 5 workstations. Now, we need to add one more workstation and make it 6. Moment you have to add a 6th workstation, we also need to redistribute the tasks among the workstations. We also notice that the main dish as an activity has a process time of 80 seconds, whereas at the moment we are talking about a cycle time of 72 seconds. So, it is just not going to work. Therefore, another implication is we may have to duplicate the resource in that workstation to bring down the effective process time from 80 to a number less than 72. So, all these changes will introduce 2 things. One, our utilization will come down because we are now duplicating at some stage, we have added one more workstation. So, it will reduce the utilization. However, it will allow us to meet the daily demand of 400. So that is the trade off. So, the 400 increase that we make is the benefit that we get, and the cost is that our utilization comes down. So, those are the kind of analysis that we may have to really do when we design these kinds of processes, when we look at a certain targeted output. I hope you will find these examples and capacity estimation exercises useful and relevant to your work setting. Real life situations no doubt are likely to be large, maybe a little bit more complex. However, we will be able to make use of these basic ideas and analyze our business processes. We will be able to develop useful insights about the current status of the process and some opportunities for improvement. I think the basic idea remains, complexity may increase a little bit. It will allow us to develop these insights.